This is going to be April lawn tips for Zoysia grass. Now, if you like my content, please like and subscribe and check out my website at bettercallchad.com for more information. Let's get right into this video. Now, of course, all this information is going to depend on what type of Zoysia you have. A lot of people have Empire and Zenith, which is pretty common, and that's kind of more where I'm tailoring to. So just know there are different types of Zoysia. So some of these timelines may be a little off depending on what type, but no matter what type you have, the information is still good. The timelines just might vary a little bit. For most people, besides people in South and Central Florida, Zoysia is still most likely dormant or on its way of coming out of dormancy, that patchy green and brown. For a lot of us, this month and next month will be the time to apply our spring fertilizer for Zoysia grass. Of course, depending on what you have, because some Zoysia grasses will come out of dormancy a little earlier. But no matter what, the most important thing is to let your Zoysia naturally come out of dormancy. Let it naturally start to green up, even though it's a slow process, before you give it that spring fertilizer. And one of the worst things you can do is push it out of dormancy by fertilizing it too early and forcing it to grow and be green when it's not ready. That can cause thatch and a lot of stress to the lawn. Now for Texas, the next 2 months is the rainy season. So which is going to be great for putting down your spring fertilizer as it heats up, getting the growth and getting things going, but you want to check for fungus. Now for Florida, our rainy season does not start till next month and pretty much goes all summer. Now April can be dry, so make sure to be watering 2 to 3 days a week for 30 to 50 minutes, of course depending on sand, clay, full sun and shade, but with all those factors, usually within 30 to 50 minutes is always going to be that time frame. Now if we get into a drought here in Florida, you may even have to water more to 3 to 4 days, which I know it's a lot, but Zoysia coming out of dormancy, this is really important to make sure we keep it watered. Now for a lot of us, April's a little late to be doing the lawn scalping if that's something you wanted to do, but for zone 8 and 9, you could probably still do scalping in April if you wanted to. Now for applying sod, doing soil, or doing an aeration, April is a good month to get all that done in Zoysia. Getting in that transition period where it's gonna start to grow before it fully comes out of dormancy is a great time to get all these little things done for it to set up success for summer. Also, get ready to start mowing. Even though you don't have a lot of growth, things like that, you want to start prepping it for the summer mowing. Zoysia is best when you're only cutting little bits. So that's okay, even though your Zoysia is not growing much, to still start cutting it weekly. Even though you're mowing those little bits, it will help a lot, and that's the way Zoysia prefers to be mowed. Now, if you're in zone 13 to 10, probably have already done your spring fertilizer and your grass your Zoysia is kind of almost in full swing. If you're in that zone, you're going to be wanting to apply iron in April. That way you've already given it the food, just give it some iron to help it green up and get that look you want. Getting the right food at the right time, proper mowing and watering practice early in the spring like this is extremely important to having a successful lawn throughout the summer. So these are things we want to make sure we're doing, but really those 3 simple things, fertilization, mowing, and watering, is really where we want to hone in April and get right. That'll set us up for the summer. I'm Better Call Chad. This has been April tips for Zoysia grass. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments. Let me know, like and subscribe, and check out bettercallchad.com. Everyone have a great rest of your day.